Hi everyone, Carmen Broxma here with Choose Joy with Carmen. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you the Craft Roulette from episode 111, my card share that I created. So let's get started and I can show you the parameters for that card. So the project had said that it needed to be an envelope. And the colors, any four colors, the element, you had to have a book or books, and then random was a die cut frame. So again, like I said before in other videos, these parameters are, they can be kind of whatever comes to mind, unless it's just clearly black and white and what it says. Like if the color said, you know, pink and two colors, you would have to do pink and then whatever other two colors. But this says any four colors. So let me show you what I came up with. So first, let me show you the designer paper that I'm using. And this is the new, it's called Hues of Happiness. And it's in the new annual catalog from Stampin' Up. And it is just gorgeous. So I decided that I was going to put an envelope on my card um, instead of, making an envelope card, as long as I had an envelope. So what I did is I made an envelope using this designer series paper. And I'm going to show you how to do that here at the end, just so that you can get an idea of how I created that envelope. But here's the card. And so here's my envelope. And I decided to use this stamp set right here. It's called Beautiful Bouquet. And there is so many flowers in here and the dies to match it. So it was kind of fun creating this bouquet, right? Because I had to stamp and cut and all that good stuff. And then put it together. So I chose the four colors, and this is where it's hard for me because, with Stampin' Up, they, have like So Saffron and Daffodil Delight, and, those are all yellow colors. So I didn't know, how that worked, even though I feel like I might have used more colors, but basically I'm looking at it as yellow, pinks, and kind of this bluish green, which is called Pool Party, and then the Calypso Corals, my pink, and then I did Daffodil Delight for my yellow, and let's see. No, this isn't Calypso Coral. This is Flirty Flamingo. And then Granny Apple Green for my green areas. And the reason why I stuck with those four colors is because my book was going to be a little mini Stampin' Up! Catalog. And the way I did that was I just basically saved the image and printed it on glossy photo paper and then cut it down, around it. So that's my little book. So that meets that criteria. So I got my any four colors, and then I have the envelope, and then I have my book, and then the other thing was a die cut frame. And so I took the my favorite, which I'm using so much that's in this new catalog, the stylish shapes. So I used that. I used two of them to die cut my Flirty Flamingo frame there. And then I think I even used that for my sentiment, which came out of here. And I did stamp the sentiment in, I think it was, what color was that? Oh, let's see. It was a gray. I don't remember which gray it was, but that is considered a neutral color. So that's not considered one of the four colors. And so I figured the cover of the catalog is kind of a gray too as well. So there is that. And I went ahead and added some brass butterflies. And so that also is a neutral color. So there you go. I think I met all the criteria for that, all the parameters. We got envelope, the book, any four colors, and a die cut frame right there. And then the inside, I didn't do anything on the inside. I'm waiting to see what, you know, what I want to say on the inside and that. So there you go. So that is um, my episode 111. What I'm doing is I'm putting a label on the back so that I'll keep track of all these so that I'll know which submission this was for. And then, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And I will go ahead and add that video that I created that shows how to make that little envelope. The bad thing was I used a paper that was a little hard to really see in the camera, but hopefully you'll get the gist. And if not, I gave you the name of the lady where I found the video on how to make that little envelope, because the punch board that I had from Stampin' Up could not make that small of an envelope. So to make this envelope, you first have to create this little template. And what I did is I took a piece of heavier, like cardboard. It wasn't really thick, and I just kind of cut from this. So basically this is 2 inches by 2 inches. And then what I did was I found the 1 inch on, and I marked it on all four corners. And then I drew a line so that that'll be my guide. And then on the back I wrote 3 1/8 DSP. That way I'll remember that when I want to make this size of envelope, that my DSP has to be cut to a 3 1/8 inch square. So let's go ahead and cut that. And I'm going to make, I just picked a really simple pattern here just to make it easy. But this is going to be my inside of my envelope. And there's really no pattern here, but you know, if you're going to want a directional pattern, you're going to have to make adjustments accordingly, but I'm not worried about that here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to 3 1/8. So I'm going to do 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. And then what you'll do then is you'll take a pencil and a ruler, and you will find the point here and the point down here, and go ahead and draw a line all the way down. Now when you do it this way, we're going to find the point and find the point down here, but we're going to just draw the line on the bottom half, because this is the top, the flap of the envelope, and you don't want to see the pencil marks. Now, if you draw the pencil marks, then you can always go back and erase it. But I just have it, so it's kind of looks like a T. I don't know if you can see that. I probably should have used a lighter cardstock. And then DSP. And then what you do is you line your template up. So this line and this line is, you just line it up so that they match where those lines are that you drew. So hopefully you can see that. And then once you have that, Then you go ahead and you take your bone folder and you're gonna fold over the left and holding that cardboard in place, fold over the left and right sides and, you know, burnishing them very nicely. And then you open them up and then you'll do the same thing with the top and the bottom. And then we can remove that cardboard to finish up the envelope. Okay, so now that we have that done, I don't know, this is going to be really hard to see. But once you got that open, then go ahead and fold the first two that you folded in. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. But because of the fold, there's this little score line like right about there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. But what you're going to do is you find that and you go ahead and maybe you need to, like, if it's hard for you to see it, maybe you should, you know, re-burnish it really good so that you'll be able to see that really clearly. Maybe that would be helpful. But anyway, you're going to open that up and you're going to cut that right at that little score line right to the edge. You're going to do that on all four corners. Just follow that crease that's there and cut that just to the edge. And then this one on this side. And then once you got that cut, you just kind of flip them open. So you have this little bitty, like, triangle, I guess you'd call it. Kind of like ears there. And then you're just going to go ahead and trim those off so that this, you know, you'll be flush there. So go ahead and find all those corners that those little, and if you need to, you can turn it this way if it's easier to get your scissors in there. And then see that little, that's what we're cutting off, that little bitty eared thing that we cut. And then we have a little one on this end, but for me it's easier to flip it over so that I can see it better. And there we go. So then when you open it up, see, you have those little corners now, like you would when you're using an envelope punch board. And then it's just a matter of taking a little bit of liquid glue or whatever adhesive you want to do, and don't put a whole lot of glue on this spot, because if it oozes out, then you'll close your envelope. So just put a little bit there, close that down, see, and it's coming out a little, so you just want to make sure you don't need a whole lot. And then you're going to put just a little bit, just a very thin line down this side here, and then also down this side. I should have got a pattern paper that wasn't so busy looking, because this is really hard to see. So, and then fold that over. And then once that dries, you have your little envelope. Isn't that cute? So I found this off of a YouTube channel, and her name was, let's see if I have her name here. Her name was Lollipalooza. So that's how I found how to make this little envelope. And then there you go. You have this cute little envelope that you can put on the front of your card, like I did on my card. Okay, let's continue on. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. And I think my next video, I think I'm all caught up now with my regular submissions, but I wanted to show you I wanted to do the video on It was one of the I don't know what they call it. It's like it's a remake of an old episode, but they add another parameter. So I'm going to share that one as well. And then I have a card to create for this week's, um, also that extra one. So I will be working on that. Alrighty, I hope you all enjoyed that, and we will see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.